You know, I got recording after recording after recording with her. All shit she should have told the police. All things that, just like everyone else, her kids were her excuse to do nothing. I want to say reason, but I can't. I can't because at any point in time in the last 6 years, she could have told those things to the police. She should have told those things that she was telling me to the police. She should have made calls with me to tell those things to the police and make sure that it is verified. With Megan Misigatis constantly trying to tell me and push me to shove all this onto Amanda Demet. And Amanda Demet, through all of this, she can't. Of course, I explained that to multiple people. They just wanted to keep on pushing me off onto people who they can't even tell the truth. They can't even admit that I came to them for help. Alright, that's it. That is fucking it. Did I go to you for help? Did I go to you for help? Did I? And did you ever actually help? If you didn't tell those things to the police and you wanted to tell me, no, I don't fucking trust you and I can't trust you. So after 6 years of hell, 6 years of going to people like Laura Nelson and Amanda Demet, 6 years of following their instructions, and then also 6 years of explaining, hey, you're letting these people hurt me. You have made a conscious decision to let these people hurt me. If you're telling me the truth about your reasons for not coming forward and not trying up until this point, you aren't going to help me unless you are admitting to those things. If you are not willing to admit that I went to you for help, the abuse is going to continue. When I reached out to these people and they blew me off and treated me like it was no big thing, and then one of their family members dies and they fucking flip shit, and I'm expected to understand. I'm expected not to say the things they say back to me. Like, you just need to get over it. I am expected to understand with a bunch of people who don't give a fuck about me enough to understand. If you don't give a fuck about me to at least admit that I went to you for fucking help, Christ, what are you gonna do now? Huh? All of these people, they treat me horribly. When you blow someone off who can't take care of themselves and can't defend themselves, and you're constantly telling them to call all these places by themselves, Amanda Demet knows that doesn't fucking work already. Megan Misigatis knew that doesn't work already. But why is it that I had to go to Megan Misigatis to begin with? Because going to Amanda Demet got me blown off. She can't. If you can't, because of your kids, and the cops are claiming that I never tried, and that you wouldn't help probably because of the way that I act. Is that true? Or do I act this way because you looked away? Well, Amanda's saying that she'll advocate for me just with the Social Security thing. No, Amanda, that's not gonna fucking work. That's the problem with you ignoring me for 6 years. That's the problem with you telling me that I just need to let it go. I just need to get over it, and so on and so forth. And then you have a crisis, and you're allowed to have that crisis. I want you to stop right now. Look at your situation. I want you to imagine that when your mom died, that instead of trying to be supportive, if I had said to you the same things that you said to me when my loved ones died, if I had told you, hey, you just need to move on. And you know, Amanda was nice about blowing me off. Lots of people are nice. Lots of people are nice, but good people tell the truth. Good people come forward when it makes a difference. Good people fucking try. There is no point in jumping through all of this Social Security shit when I'm just gonna be dumped right back in the same fucking shithole with no goddamn support. I can't take care of myself. I can't defend myself. I can't protect. Yeah, sorry about that. Apparently, I can't hang out here all day and keep moving. I did not realize that this was private property. I'm never coming back. Keep moving. Well, I'm moving. You see, that's one of the things about being stuck in public. People are offended by your existence. They're offended by your presence. That's not even counting trying to get help. Now, he's got a big old machine down there, and it's pretty loud. So, of course, if you can hear me over that machine, I'm probably being too loud. But where else am I going to do this? Do I have a house of my own to do this in? No. See, all these people who want to help me, I need help stopping the abuse. If you're going to fucking half-ass it, you're not helping. If you're going to do nothing about the abuse or why I'm being abused, and why am I being abused? Because nobody fucking cared. Because Amanda Demet in the last 6 years, although she could have spoken up, made a police report, admitted that I went to her for help, you know, I gotta record her just like everyone else and post it on the internet. Why didn't she try at any point before this to make those calls with me? Now, of course, Wildwood Academy, the ruins, we're not coming back here. You guys might, but I don't like assholes. What do I do when I gotta deal with assholes? I fucking move. Over and over and over again. I move. I have to move. And I have to move again. And then again I have to move. And then after I move, I have to move again. The whole while being abused because cops lied in court. And none of my friends fucking gave a shit. They don't give a shit about how many times I'm beaten on. They don't care about how many times I have to fucking move. They don't care about any of that. Now for me, in the situation of Amanda Demet, yes, absolutely, I want to believe her. I want to believe that she cares, but in 6 years, now she's finally going to do something that she was told, or she was busy telling me she couldn't do. And of course, Meg Missegate has dumped it all on her anyway. Well, why wouldn't she? Why wouldn't she just dump it all on somebody who she already knew wasn't going to help? The Social Security doesn't make a fucking difference. Because if I'm not allowed to clear my name, if you won't come forward and at least admit that I told the fucking truth. Did I go to you for help, Amanda Demet? Yes, repeatedly. over and over. Over and over. I had to record that shit and post it on YouTube, same as everyone else. Don't bullshit me, don't lie to me. If you're gonna tell me something that you are not telling the police, well, I can't believe you're being honest. I can't believe you're telling the truth. I can't believe those things. When you want to say things like, oh, my personal business, my personal business, my personal business. If you didn't help me because of your personal business, and the cops are claiming I never tried to get help, well, your personal business is not your personal business anymore. It doesn't get to be. Why was I going to Megan Missigatis to begin with? Because I had no help from the people that needed to help. Without civilian oversight, none of this shit works. But I'm having to deal with people who live in houses, who have never, ever been actually homeless. What the fuck are they gonna know? They're not gonna know shit because they're too busy talking. If you're gonna tell me that you can't help me because your kids are sick, well, if your kids are sick for 6 years, I'm not gonna believe you. Why didn't you come forward? Why didn't you even try to come forward? And if you want to claim that you tried to come forward, where is your proof? Where is it? It's not that I didn't try. It's not that I didn't send these things out. It's not that I didn't make the calls. It's not that I didn't make any efforts. It's that nobody spoke up. They wanted to pretend. All these fucking idiots know that it's not just going to blow over. It's not just going to go away. But they want to go, oh, well, if I talk over Sean and I don't hear what he's going through, and I don't listen to the abuse, or I continually interrupt him like he's a fucking retard. Like he doesn't know. He must be retarded because he's autistic. Well, I want to believe that Amanda Demet is not going to give me that treatment. But the thing is that I've been getting it this whole time. What am I going to get out of Social Security disability when I'm victimized everywhere that I go? It is expensive to fucking live and expensive to move, and I don't get enough money in a month to do either goddamn one, let alone fix my fucking vehicle. Or pay insurance. I get that these people have their own lives and they have their own families, but if they spent half as much time fucking telling the goddamn truth as they did making excuses to me. Yeah, I talked a lot with Amanda Demet. I informed her of a lot of what was going on, or at least I tried. I've got recording after recording with her, most of them private. They fucking can't. They can't. If you're gonna tell me you fucking can't, then you need to fucking tell the courts you can't. You need to tell them fucking why. Yes, I can still get a fucking court date over the fucking abuse that I'm taking, but not if you pieces of shit are just gonna keep on letting it happen. If you're not making these calls with me to tell these people that I was telling the fucking truth, if you're not making these calls with me to make sure that I'm not giving the mentally ill fucking treatment, you're not fucking helping me. If you're not speaking out in fucking court about this treatment and you're not speaking out in fucking public, then you don't give a fuck about me. Amanda Demet, she doesn't share my story. She hasn't shared my story. She hasn't tried. She's made literally zero effort to tell my story. It's not like I didn't spend a lot of time telling these people, telling them what was going on. I've got recording after recording of me telling them what's going on. And them giving me, well, are these reasons or excuses? If you're not coming forward to the fucking court about it, and you're not coming forward to the fucking public about it, you're fucking lying to me. That is as simple as it fucking is. Amanda Demet, just like the rest of these assholes. Yeah, I got recording after recording with her. Recording after recording that shows I was telling the truth from the start. You know how difficult it is to get help when you're treated like you're a fucking retard? When people want to look away because it's not fucking happening to them? When they want to tell you that they love you and show you that they fucking don't? When they want to tell you that they're afraid for their kids, they're worried about their kids. People are threatening their kids. I'm not supposed to take that shit seriously. And then I get treated like I am fucking schizophrenic. Schizophrenic. After you people tell me that people are threatening to kill your fucking kids, and I speak up about it, and then you fucking disappear like I'm a fucking horrible monster for telling the truth. If you fucking lied to me, especially between when Natalie Bollinger disappeared and when they caught Joseph Michael Lopez, especially during that period of time, if you fucking lied to me, you're a horrible monster. I want to believe with Amanda Demet, just like I wanted to believe with Meg Missigatis, just like I wanted to believe with all of these other people who pretended to care. Well, you know what? Sure, you spent a lot of time on the phone pretending to care. If you actually cared, instead of arguing and making excuses, you would have shut up and listened and fucking done something. But you guys, you're so used to me listening to your fucking problems. You know? Yeah, I get that I'm easy to talk to. I get it. That's nice. That's because I'm nice to people. Nice to people. It doesn't mean that I'm being good to them. A lot of times, I am just listening because I don't want you to blow your fucking head off. Most of the time, I am listening because you're telling me that you have an actual problem. And of course, it's probably a problem that I'm going to understand. And if it isn't, at the end of telling me your story, you're probably going to tell me what help you need anyway. When you tell me what help you need, do I do my best to provide that help? Or do I argue with you for months at a time? A lot of these people, you know, I tried sending them evidence and they didn't give a shit. It's a lot of overwhelming. Yeah, I need an actual guardian. What's Amanda gonna do? She's gonna help me get... I have nowhere to fucking go. I have nowhere to live. There is no place for me because you didn't do jack shit when it made a fucking difference. And now you're not gonna do jack shit either. If you're not gonna speak up, you don't get to pretend like you're my friend. You, my supposed friends, that includes Amanda Demet, forced me to do illegal shit. Because they just simply did not fucking care enough to tell the goddamn truth. With Amanda Demet, the stuff that she's telling me about my sister right now, yeah, Tara belongs in fucking jail. Tara and her fucking friend fleeced me for a lot of fucking money. Shit, I would have given them every goddamn thing that I had. I damn near did. I would have paid Tara every fucking penny that I had in the last 6 fucking years. Every goddamn one to fucking take a look. I would have paid anyone that money to take a look. But my supposed friends, they didn't come forward on their own. They didn't come forward at all. Telling me, knowing that I'm not going to be fucking heard, you are either manipulating me. That doesn't occur to any of these people. It doesn't occur to Amanda how hard I fought for her. It doesn't occur to Lauren Nelson how hard I have fought for her right. It does not occur to my little sister how hard I have fought for her rights and the rights of her kids, because none of these people gave a shit. None of these people gave a shit enough to actually fucking do something. If Tara was fucking threatened, then yes, we need to take Scott DeCosta and those son of a bitches to fucking court. If she wasn't, Tara belongs in fucking prison. Deserves to have consequences, and she should not get away with it simply because of gender. If you weren't being fucking threatened, I need you to understand I fucking attempted suicide more than once over you pieces of shit telling me that your loved ones, your families, your children were being threatened. And you call me selfish when I speak up. No, I'm not fucking selfish. You're a piece of shit who never fucking spoke up. Who never tried to speak up. Meanwhile, the difference between me and you lying pieces of shit is that I actually love you people. If people threaten your life, I'm going to fucking say something. If you're lying to me, you don't get to fucking play victim when you fucking lied. If you didn't lie, then the cops did, plain and simple. Some of these people, I can verify nearly all of their stories. I can verify their reasons for why they didn't come forward. I can verify those things. Well, the events in their lives. That doesn't give them a valid excuse for not coming forward. See, we get two sides to the same shit stick, don't we? We get the addicts, and I'm not talking about Amanda Demet. Amanda Demet, to my knowledge, I don't think she's ever tried drugs. I don't think she's ever tried pot. That doesn't mean she hasn't. I'm not going to speak for her and say that she hasn't when, I could be wrong about that. But a lot of people wanted to speak for me that were absolutely wrong about the things that they were saying because they weren't listening to me. They weren't looking at the evidence. A lot of people that were trying to help me fucking lied out their asses. Them lying didn't help. I needed them to tell the truth. Did I go to you for fucking help? Did I? That right there, that is the simplest fucking yes or no goddamn question. Between answering that fucking question, knowing full well that there is evidence on YouTube and Facebook that I absolutely did go to you for help. You want to say it's not your fault? No, it is absolutely your fault. It is absolutely all of your fault, every one of you. When someone comes to you about abuse, and you know the statistics, you know that I have zero fucking chance in hell having to do it on my own. When you know that I am being treated like I am schizophrenic because I told the truth, how the fuck can you pretend you care about me? You guys see how fucking hard I am trying, not just for me, but for the other victims as well. We. Now, the man in Demet, she doesn't tell me about a whole bunch of people threatening her life and threatening to kill her and her kids. I get that from everybody else. All these other people afraid of this shit. All these other people claiming this shit. Amanda Demet's name has been more public than all of yours. Wouldn't you think she'd be the one who would have her life threatened first? Or have her kids threatened first? But you know what? She's given me no indication of that. Amanda Demet has given me no indication that her and her family were ever threatened over this. Everybody else did. I've got evidence that everybody else did. But of course, after 6 years, you know, it's kind of like starting with Marcia Estrada or Megan Missigatis. Fucking years after the fact. No, I needed somebody there to make these calls with me to help stop it. And I understand why Amanda couldn't. Amanda is not an evil person. Her reasons are legit. I don't have to be there to know. Yeah, absolutely. She does have 2 special needs children, and she does absolutely have to worry about them and take care of them first. But there's also the fact that there's a simple yes or no question there, and we have probably, Amanda and I all together, I've probably got 60 to 80 hours of recorded phone calls with her. I don't want to post all that shit on the internet. I don't want to post any of the shit on the fucking internet. Most of these folks who are angry with me, not all of them, most of them who are angry with me is because I posted the truth on the internet. I didn't need them to fucking verify shit as far as evidence went at that point. I just needed them to verify that they fucking existed. But without a guardian who actually fucking gives a shit, I am screwed, and Amanda knows it. If she's going to advocate just for my Social Security, you got to keep in mind that that's going to keep me out here. That is going to keep me without a support network in person. That is going to keep me without those things. Which means that basically she's fine with me being victimized. She's fine with my stuff being constantly stolen and me being constantly at risk. She's fine with it. How can you say that you care about somebody in that situation? Kind of like Natalie Bollinger. Of course, the difference between Natalie Bollinger and Amanda Demet, when I was going to try to get help from all of these people before Natalie died, I didn't even know how to take screenshots on my telephone. That's how fucked up it was. Amanda Demet was in contact with me through all of this, since before the trip to even go to Virginia. If you go back to all my posts for years and years and years, Amanda clicked the like button on a lot of them. Most of them, actually. The thing is, the cops got a 0 chance without a fucking advocate. None of you literally doing things that make me want to fucking kill myself, and her knowing those things make me want to kill myself. Over and over again. Over and over again. Don't tell me you love me if you don't. If you don't love me, don't say it. When I love you, that's forever. I don't have the luxury of turning it off like you fucking psychopaths. I mean, hell, for me to even pretend that I don't give a shit about these people, it takes me a long time to psych myself up to even say that shit. There's no doubt that all these people's hearts were in the right place, sort of. Yeah, they're in your chest. That's where it's supposed to be. Your heart, yes, it's in the right place. Your heart is not residing in your head. Your heart is not residing in your backside. Your heart is in your chest where it belongs. Okay, we've established this. Being supportive isn't just pretty words. When I say I need your words, I don't need your pretty words. I don't need a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. The words I need is you to say, yes, Sean came to me for help. Did Sean lash out from the very beginning? Oh, hell no, I didn't. I was kind. I was generous. I took the blame for shit that I didn't even fucking do. Just in the hopes of getting to go see my loved ones. My positivity. And people want to tell me, man, you just need to be positive. These people don't know what it's like to spend all their time by themselves. Having to pretend everything is okay wherever they go. But you know what? These goddamn web sleuths are everywhere I go too. But you guys don't want to fucking look at that. You don't give a shit enough to look at the evidence even if I send it to you. You're just going to treat me like I'm a retard. I want to believe that Amanda Demet wants to help me, but she can't. As long as she's going to treat me like I'm a retard. As long as she's not willing to admit that I went to her for help. If she's going to tell me that she can't because of her kids, and the courts are going to say something different, the cops are going to say something different, you don't get to pretend that's not your fault. You didn't fucking correct it. If you see your son chase down a girl on the playground and fucking hit her, you have a chance to fucking correct it. If your daughter comes up to you and says, hey, that boy over there just chased me down and hit me, you have a chance right then and there to fucking correct it. If you don't, and your daughter is beaten to death in another shitty relationship, that's your fault. That's what you taught her. If your son beats women through his entire fucking life, that's your fault because you didn't correct it. And then those little pieces of shit become adults. They don't stop victimizing people. They victimize adults, and they continue to victimize adults. And you know these parents, the ones whose children can do no wrong, you guys all know those parents. Whose kids do the most fucked up shit? Their kids do. Which of the boys in your class is the one who's going to be a rapist? The one who knows that his mommy is going to be in his corner every step of the way. No matter what, her son could do no wrong. I got a pretty long list of people here in Hood River that I've spoken with that Oh, they don't think I'm schizophrenic either, nor delusional. Amanda Demet knows I'm not schizophrenic or delusional. The problem is she's not going to do anything about the abuse. She's not going to stop and listen to what I'm going through and actually understand that she has to fucking speak up. If she doesn't, this continues and it is her choice. See, it's not your choice for another person to abuse me. That much is true. It is not your choice for those people to abuse me, but it is your choice not to speak up, not to write a police report, not to tell the public the fucking truth. That is your choice. Same as Natalie's. All of these folks who want to be angry at me, you know how Natalie felt. Of course you didn't. You didn't like it when I told the truth about you on the internet. You wanted to claim I was a liar and I was slandering your name and try to convince people not to look and try to jump on the timeline and pretend that I was freaking out, that I was some sort of a monster and that's why you didn't help me. No. You're angry because I spoke out. Because I said I went to people for help. It's not my fault that they never, ever, in all this time, made an effort to make a police report. Between pretending I'm crazy and looking at evidence, maybe you should look at evidence. Between using the mentally ill thing or the autistic thing as an excuse for harming me. No, you don't get to fucking do that. No, never, not ever. No victim left behind. These things are only illegal if you fucking care to stop it. Sure, on paper it's illegal. But where the fuck were you to make sure that my rights were observed? Where were you? When it came to Megan Messigatis, when she finally got off her ass to actually try. That was December of 2020. I need to bring the trash bag up here. Trash is blowing in. Of course, somebody was staying up here, so their garbage is here too. A whole bunch of condoms and shit. But it's not hot here like it is in my car. Now, there was a guy earlier. It's called The Ruins. And you know, I thought that was part of the city property, honestly. There's no sign saying it's private property. Nothing like that. But you know what? I'm never going back. I'm not going to go back to that property. I'm not going to associate with those people. But not going back to that property and not associating with those people doesn't mean I won't encounter that guy elsewhere. It doesn't mean that he won't pretend some crazy shit and fucking call the police and pretend like I was being some sort of a monster and vandalizing the place. Fucking pissing on the bushes and shit, you know? I got it recorded. It's on my YouTube channel, but we've seen time and again where the fact that the actual incident was recorded didn't make any difference, because all they got to do is call me mentally ill. They're able to keep that evidence out of court. I send that evidence to people and they claim that they're going to watch it, but they never do. They never do. These people who know me in real life and claim to love me, a lot of them, the more abuse I go through, the more I scream out for help. And then they pretend like I am a horrible person for screaming out for help. They pretend I am a horrible person for having emotions. And then, of course, later on, when they have those emotions, they expect me to understand. I'm expected to understand. I'm expected. Just like I'm expected to be the adult. I'm expected to be the adult. All these people are adults, but I'm the only one who is expected to be. A lot of folks, they want to use the Bible as their excuse afterwards. Or even during the fact. Oh, the Bible, excuse me, says I didn't come to you for a fucking preaching. If I wanted a goddamn preaching, I'd go to fucking church. Not interested. Not interested. What, you want me to go to the Assembly of God, right? Go there with child molesters like Mark Richmond. You want me to go there with fakes like Todd Rust? You want me to go there with, well, low down dirty pieces of shit who hide under being nice, like Ronald Nordyke? No, I don't need your God. I don't need your God. I see what your God does to you and your morality. I see what it does to your moral compass. You have no Jesus in your lives. You're a bunch of fucking fools. You know what? Yeah, there's a lot of idiots who will fucking believe your rhetoric and your jargon. They'll let you manipulate them in the name of Jesus. In the name of Jesus. Isn't that right? Graham Milborn, to this day, he still should have come forward. He wanted to pretend like he wrote a couple of notes that the cops wouldn't accept because it wasn't on their official parchment, and that the cops wouldn't accept because he wasn't there, even though one of them letters has his number on it. Did they bother to call any of these numbers? While I'm having to do this across multiple jurisdictions and multiple states because the people that I thought were my friends before Natalie died who might help, they fucking didn't. After Natalie was dead, they just wanted to blow me off for 6 years. Oh, well, you know, we'll get you into housing and then we'll just pretend you don't fucking exist. That's what Meg Mistigatus did. Everything else was not her job. Not her job, not her job. Well, thank you very much for helping me to get housing in Chapel. I am grateful for that. I am not ungrateful for the fact that I had help getting housing. What I'm pissed off about is that I got housing. The only place I could get housing was in Chapel, Nebraska, where I'm still abused. It's an unsafe place for me to live. Instead of telling me it's not your fucking fault, no, it is your fault because you never spoke up. You tell me about all these agencies that you talked to or wrote to or got in contact with. Bitch, it don't fucking matter who you got in contact with if you didn't tell them the fucking truth. It don't matter who you contacted. If you're going to make me call them by myself, and if you're not going to record your conversations with them, and send them to me, I don't believe you did those things. A lot of people, they want to use evidence on my YouTube and on my Facebook. They want to say, oh, well, you know, Facebook and YouTube aren't that real. You know what? Maybe you should shut the fuck up and listen. My predators were allowed to bring up anything they wanted from any jurisdiction, from anywhere, and literally twist anything that I said into things that I didn't say. But it's okay, isn't it? It's okay, isn't it? Because you care about me, huh? You care about me enough not to tell the fucking truth. You care about me enough not to speak up. You care about me enough that you, between speaking up and attempting to push me to kill myself, you all try to get me to kill myself. How many hours have I spent arguing with people who knew these things were happening? How much evidence is there on my YouTube channel that I went to these people for help? Shame on them. Shame on all of them. Now, after making this video, there's a good chance that Amanda Demet is going to not help me. But you know what? If she's not speaking up about the fact that I went to her for help from the very fucking start, she is allowing the lies and the slander that I am being victimized over to stand, knowing full well that the interactions between her and I showed the cops fucking lied. The interactions between me and Peaches showed that the cops fucking lied. The interactions between me and all of these people showed that the cops fucking lied. But every one of them, they can't do it. It's always someone else's job. It's always someone else's job, and there is no civilian oversight. None of these places are going to do their jobs unless there is civilian oversight. Amanda doesn't understand that. She is not a disabled adult who is on her own. She is not a disabled adult who is forced to move repeatedly for the safety of other people who, well, Amanda Demet, did Tara fucking lie to me? Did she bullshit me? What she did, if she lied to me and bullshit me, is illegal as fuck. I love all of you enough that when you tell me that people are threatening you and harassing you and intimidating you, I am going to fucking speak up. That is what I wanted from you, is for you to speak up, not to fucking blow me off and bullshit me for fucking years. I told true fucking stories. Those people want to hate me because my predators, when these people didn't come forward and didn't come forward and didn't come forward and showed themselves to be low down, dirty, lying pieces of shit who didn't give a fuck about me. Yeah, my predators send them those videos. They don't send them any of the stuff where I admitted what these people had done. Oh, that stuff must be slander. Oh, these people never said that. People never did this. People never did that. Oh, Sean, you're fucking schizophrenic. You're a liar. You're a nut job. You're a fucking schizo. You're a psycho. Somebody should fucking kill you. Somebody should fucking hang you. You should be put in the ground. Well, put me in the ground. My sister wants me in the ground. My older brother wants me in the ground. My mom wants me in the ground. Todd Rust wants me in the ground. All of these people showed by their actions, showed by their complacency and their excuses, that between doing the right thing and pushing me to suicide, they would rather see me dead. Every single one of them. Every single one of these people know that every time that they pull this shit, they are stabbing me in the back and turning the fucking knife. None of the things that you did, none of them mattered because none of you came forward in public. None of you, not one of you, not Amanda, not nobody. And then people would say, oh, Sean, you're a manipulator. You're a manipulator. Bitch, I shouldn't have to manipulate anybody into telling the fucking truth. I shouldn't have to apologize to people for shit that I didn't do in the hopes that maybe they'll tell the truth. I shouldn't have to thank them for the things that they did to prove that, yes, I told the truth. When I told King of Nickels, thank you for that money that she gave me to go see Nicole Peralta, King of Nickels doesn't give a fuck about me. What she cared about is that her personal business was in there. Well, you know what? She could have kept her personal business out of it by shutting the fuck up and listening. She could have kept her personal business out of it by speaking up in the fucking beginning. She could have kept her personal business out of it. All of these people could have kept their personal business out of it. All of these people had ample time, ample chances, ample opportunity to come forward before they were posted on YouTube. If the things that you said are true, you need to write them in a police report. You need to help me to turn these things in. Or, it's a big or you are legally responsible for the abuse that I'm going through. You are legally responsible for it. Megan Misigatis is legally responsible for this situation. Marcia Estrada is legally responsible for this situation. With Amanda Demet and her telling me she couldn't, but now she's going to try. The problem is that, well, now I have someone who's going to try to advocate just for disability, but she also knows that I'm an at-risk adult. She's been informed on multiple occasions of the abuse that I'm going through, and that abuse going back at least 6 years. She's also in the state of Nebraska, where I turned in multiple crimes that were committed against me, and I had to do it alone, even after calling her up and explaining these situations. I want to believe Amanda, I really do. But in the last 6 years, she hasn't come forward. She hasn't written a police report. She tells me these things. She tells me about my little brother. She tells me situations with my little sister. All this information that is important. It has a bearing on the cases. Sorry. But I can't even get a court date because none of these people care how much I'm abused. They don't care. In their own minds, when my loved ones die, I should be able to snap my fingers and get over it. One of these ladies lost her mom. She's not going to get over it. One of these ladies lost her grandmother. She's not going to get over it. One of these ladies lost both of her daughters. She's not going to get over it. But all of these people still get to see loved ones in person. They get to see familiarity in person. I don't. I'm constantly moving from place to place. You know why people in this town, the ones that in my videos, they know my name? It's because I'm good to them. And because as a kid, I learned how to make jokes. I'm also quite astute. I'm pretty good about figuring out what's going on. Because I don't stop. I won't stop. I've said this from the very beginning. You got two choices. You can tell the truth or I will. If you're going to make me do it, I'm going to tell the whole truth. That includes your fuck-ups. It also includes my fuck-ups for those of you jackasses who want to go, you don't fess up to anything. You don't admit to anything. You think you're perfect. You know what? I took a shit last night, and it smelled like shit. My ass don't smell like fucking roses, and I don't pretend that it does. And I don't keep secrets where other people's lives are concerned. Amanda's keeping secrets. Tara's keeping secrets. Oh, they're not so secret. They're recorded. What are those secrets? Everything that they told me that they didn't tell the police. Whether I believe you or not, I'm being abused for even saying it. Is that a steel penny? Or did that just come out of... See what year it is. If it's 1942... Can't be 1942, it's the new back end on it. Yes, I love Amanda Demet. Absolutely. Just like my little sister, I would have given her every penny that I had to help. Just like Dallas Richmond, I would have given him every penny I had to help. Just like Harley Richmond, I would have offered her every penny I had to help. With all of these other people, I did. I just kept on forking out money. Here's money, here's money, here's money, here's money, here's money. You need more money? Here's more money. You need car insurance? Here's money. You can't help me because you don't have car insurance? Fine. Here's money for car insurance. Please help. Please tell the truth. Please don't lie to me. The things that I said were true. If you're going to hide that, you don't get to pretend that you love me. You don't get to pretend that you care about me. If you're not willing to lift a goddamn finger to stop the abuse, and you're going to blame me for it because you, when I came to you for help, did jack shit. You wanted to argue with me as if I'm a retard instead of looking at the evidence. You want to tell me that you can't, you can't, you can't. Well, if you're going to tell me you can't, then you need to tell the courts that you can't. You need to tell them how hard I fucking tried with you. Just with you, Amanda. Just with you alone. How many hours on the phone? And I know you want to call that help. It's not. It's not. That's not help. Those 80 hours on the phone talking to you, that's not help. Those were arguments and excuses. Because see, I believe that Amanda had issues with doing these things because of her kids, but I also know that she has time to share information. She has time to share stories. She has time for a lot of things that she, well, if you can share someone else's Facebook post, you can share mine. If you can say how wrong it is to do this to autistic people in general, but then you have an autistic person who has evidence of why. And unfortunately, you are part of the reason why. I went to you for help. I went to Laura Nelson for help. Both of you have special needs kids. Both of you have interacted with me. Both of you knew me before Natalie was killed. I sent you guys that mandated reporter training video for a reason. So that you would stop doing the things that video says you're not supposed to do. In Nebraska, everyone is a mandated reporter. With Amanda, I don't want to tell her too much information because she's in Nebraska. She might get arrested for not mandated reporting because she didn't abandon me like she was supposed to. Well, she did abandon me. Everyone abandoned me. Everyone who knew these things and didn't come forward after Natalie died, they all abandoned me. I can't take care of myself. How many times I gotta say that? I can't take care of myself. I can't defend myself. I'm not allowed. I'm also not physically capable. But fine, whatever. Yeah, I need help with the Social Security stuff, but it's not just Social Security. Before I can get the Social Security stuff done, I gotta have my own place. I have to have a fucking address. But no, it's all gotta get sent to Amanda's all the way on the other end of the country. I gotta hope that she'll help from there. She's not gonna be even leaving Nebraska for another week. And so I'm stuck here in Hood River. I have no support network, not anywhere. Advocating for me to get Social Security back is a Band-Aid on a sinking ship. And of course, I'm not the only passenger, am I? The things that were said and done to me don't just affect me. They affect public opinion. They get to use this situation with me to harm your son and your daughter. They get to harm anyone who's autistic that they want to, and use this as an excuse because you allowed a false narrative to be sold. You let it happen. You let it happen. Yeah, the first one, not your fault. But the moment I came to you for help and you did nothing, yes, from that moment on, all abuse that I endured because you would not help. Because you wanted to give me the mentally ill treatment, the you're a fucking retard treatment. And you don't see it that way. You want to go, oh, well, I didn't call you a retard. It doesn't matter if you called me a retard, you fucking moron. It matters that you treated me like I was one. Like I was too goddamn retarded to know up from down, left from right. And like I said, all these people who, before they knew I was autistic, I was intelligent. That's how they knew me. I was smart and I drew pictures and I was weird. Oh yeah, and funny. People in real life here in Hood River still get the funny. Amanda Demet doesn't. None of these other people get the funny. They don't. I'm not the same Sean that I was with them because I can't be. I'm not allowed to be. These people expect me to get over things that they can't get over themselves. So how can they expect me to? These people who are quote-unquote neurotypical and more mentally stable than me, well, those mentally stable people broke in half. Their hearts broke, their souls broke over shit that happens to me every day. and I speak about this often, about how these people, one time that something happens to them, they are permanently traumatized. And then there's those of us who are like, it's Wednesday. Like my Aunt Mary. My Aunt Mary used to complain. This is a very big woman. She's got lots of insulation. She had her car in a garage. Now, if she had to park it on the street for whatever reason, she would complain about how cold it was just going from her house to her vehicle, and it's 30 feet away. Holy shit. So, she's out in the cold for what? I'm trying to zigzag across this thing because I can't step straight up, so I can get back up to that level there, because that's where I left my chargers and stuff. I mean, realistically, I probably shouldn't be underneath this thing. It's unsafe, because if I fall down, I can get up. But whatever, it don't matter, because it's not happening to you. When you tell me about the abuse that you're going through and nobody will do anything about it, the first thing I do is speak up. I offer the help that I need. When people tell me they need help, I could treat them like they're fucking retarded and argue with them for 8 hours or more. I could do what Wendell McPhee does. He tells me about Sandy Fromm trying to hire people in Chapel to kill me. Yeah, that fucking sounds like crazy shit, don't it? Except I got it recorded in Wendell's own voice. It's also recorded in that same conversation, me saying, hey, well, will you help me turn it in? Oh, no, I don't want to get involved. You're already involved, Wendell. Who is it that told me that Sandy Fromm was threatening to fucking kill me? Yeah, that's right. It was you first, Wendell McPhee. Sandy Fromm was the second one to tell me. That's right, she admitted to it, and it is recorded. Oh my God. I hope Amanda listens to hard. I hope not just on her children, the future of anybody in this country who is called mentally ill. Every time you let something like this happen, you make it worse for your own children. Laura Nelson letting this happen is making it worse for her own child. Every one of you who is the parent of an autistic child who wanted to tell me you're sorry, you're sorry, you're sorry. That's right, you are sorry. You made things worse by allowing this slander, by allowing this hatred, and by allowing them to point it at groups that your children are a fucking part of. I'm not the only one on the sinking ship with the fucking Band-Aid. Your sons and daughters are on that ship too. You don't get the metaphor? Well, it's not my fault that I'm smarter than you. I didn't choose to be this intelligent. I didn't choose to have PTSD. I didn't choose for people to bully me over my intelligence, and I didn't choose for stupid people who are so self-assured that their opinions and what their granddaddy told them must be true. Unless it was an extreme emergency, I always tried to get down to the bottom of it first. The only time that people were able to manipulate me into doing things that they didn't like speaking up on YouTube and speaking up on Facebook. When Jamie disappeared for 2 whole weeks, that was around the time that Natalie died. And she had set it up so that if anything happened to her that I was going to freak out, she was supposed to call me once a week. Turned out that the person that she was afraid of, the reason she wasn't calling me back and letting me know that she was safe, is because she was actually dating the guy that she was claiming she was afraid of, by his own admission. What happens when you go back to that man? You blame the guy that helped you out. You guys expect loyalty out of me, but you're not loyal to me. You have no right to expect that out of me. No right to expect loyalty out of me. Loyalty above all else except honor. What is the honorable thing to do? What is the honorable thing to do? I'm not asking you to choose sides between friends. I'm asking you to tell the truth to stop abuse. A lot of people did a lot of things that I spoke out about and said that they were doing. All of these wonderful things that they were doing. Spoke too soon. I wanted to believe that they were going to keep their words, but they didn't. You get to see when I'm in a subservient environment. If I don't record it, it's their word versus mine. If they don't keep their word or they rip me off, it's obviously got to be my fault. I must have chose it. The fact is, if Amanda was not equipped for the last 6 years to do a goddamn thing about it, how is she going to be equipped to do it now? You know, at first it would have just taken speaking out in public, speaking out and sharing the information. That's all it would have taken at the beginning. But now all of these people with all of their reasons or excuses, whichever they may happen to be, if they're actual reasons, you do need to come forward. If they're excuses, you're a horrible person. Amanda, no matter how pissed off you might be, everybody gets pissed off at me for telling the truth. Everybody loves that I tell the truth until I tell the truth about them. But just like everybody else, I recorded it and I put it on YouTube. I don't trust Amanda. They would have done something if Amanda would have been involved. Megan Misigatis would have done something if Amanda would have been involved, but Amanda couldn't. She couldn't then, how can she now? If she's able to now, then she needs to speak up about what she knows. She needs to speak up about the situations that she was aware of. She needs to, well, go through those videos. Go through those recordings with her and I. When she tells me what she's going through, I take it to heart. When I tell her what I'm going through, she gives me the exact same treatment that makes me want my life to end. After 6 years, you can't admit still to this day that I went to you for help in public. You still can't share evidence or look at it after 6 years. It's not that I didn't try. When people tell me over and over again, they can't, I'm going to try to find someone else. And then later on when they say, well, you didn't tell me that, or you didn't say that, or you didn't this, or you didn't that. Well, I got the recordings to prove, first of all, that I did. I did try. You know, it sucks. Out of all of the methods that I used to get these people to admit I was telling the truth, the most effective one was pissing them off by telling the truth in public. That pissed them off a lot. That pissed them off more than me repeating what the cops said. Oh, these people want to say that it's slander if I say it, but it's not slander if the cops said it. No. Same situation. Same exact situation. Same exact people. Same exact scenario. The same exact one. Not one that's similar. Not one that's sort of similar. Not one that happened a different date. No, these same exact scenarios. If I am a fucking liar and I am slandering your name for repeating what those cops said, then you need to fucking come forward and do something about those cops and what they said. If you're going to say that I'm slandering you for repeating what you said to me, I already recorded it. I already recorded you saying it to me. I don't hate you. I hate being fucking abused. I hate being manipulated. I hate getting taken advantage of. If these people want to claim that their lives and their families' lives and their kids were being fucking threatened, and they're doing this to the point that I literally try to fucking kill myself, how the fuck can they pretend they care? How can they pretend that they ever did? Amanda Demet, did I go to you for help?